lights are turning on. The machines we built are waking up. They're listening. And today we have a decision to make. What language will we teach them? Will our devices speak hatred and vision? Will we allow them to do us harm? Will we impart on our machines the worst of our nature or our greatest strengths? The machines are talking. Will they make us better? Stronger? The revolution isn't coming. It's already here. Introducing a blockchain so powerful and so secure it creates a new language and a new set of rules. Others might know how to corrupt machines, but we know how to unite them. Because we've developed a new denomination and a new democracy for smart machines worldwide. We're going to put ethics back into technology for good.
Hi, I am here in World Automotive Conference in Istanbul. I have Gurvinder Ahluwalia. He is founder of Digital Twin Lab and co-founder of Beyond Protocol. He will joining me. I have a few questions for him.
So I would like to invite Gurvinder Ahluwalia here to give us an overview of the blockchain and automotive, how they fit together.
Hülya, thank you so much. You know, it's really exciting. You and I are together, 600-800 more people here at the World Automotive Conference, and so much innovation happening to the automotive industry after, Dallas. Beyond Protocol is based in Silicon Valley, and it's a product company which myself and two other co-founders founded, and we are creating an IoT protocol for the edges on blockchain, and it has applications in automotive, which has to do with this conference, and it has applications in energy, in healthcare, and about half a dozen sectors that we are talking.
Automotive sector?
Absolutely. That's a great question, and that's part of the conversation and excitement that's happening over here, because there's a lot of excitement with autonomous driving. And the way we look at it from Beyond Protocol as well as Digital Twin Labs perspective, the vision is that it's not just about autonomous driving, it's about autonomous economics. And the unit and the product has to be economically autonomous, not just for driving purposes, but also for financial and other purposes. So you begin to see whole new use cases and applications, like of course car sharing, ride sharing are very well known. Increasingly you will see usage-based fees for insurance, for tolls, for congestion, so on and so forth. There are several other use cases also in the supply chain of automotive, in the production of certain parts picking up through 3D printing. And when you're taking parts of the vehicle in 3D printing, basically those parts become software, and now you have to manage them like software. And blockchain is a very good platform to manage and track the provenance and the authenticity of those parts. Similarly, on the consumer and operational side, the nature of transaction changes for ride sharing and others, which means that the granularity and the financial instrumentation for those transactions has to change. And that naturally leads us into two things. One is you need different kind of tokens or cryptocurrencies or crypto coins in order to transact in that ecosystem. And secondly, the sharing of data across multiple parties has to happen very rapidly, and it has to happen with a trusted source of truth of that data. Otherwise, transactions will not, credential and settle.
So we are
the kind of instruments we are trying to create.
So we are World Automotive Conference. How will car company use blockchain?
Absolutely. So some of the experiments that are happening right now are doing car sharing, ride sharing on a consumer application, the back end of which is on a blockchain platform. And so if you think about any use case which involves multiple parties, multiple entities, multiple nodes that have a need to transact with each other, and those could be people to people. Those people are attached to assets, which is the vehicle, and the vehicle has, or the person has, an entity has custody of a certain vehicle or usage of a certain vehicle, but then the vehicle is also negotiating transactions with the infrastructure, also negotiating transactions with other vehicles. Persons are negotiating transactions with other persons. So if you look at this ecosystem, which would decompose into entities, into transactions and assets, and you now begin to think through the fabric of transactions that happens in those three elements: entities, assets, and transactions. Blockchain provides the glue across those nodes, and it also provides the instrument for credentialing, identity, and conducting the incentives.
Blockchain provides is a layer of incentivization through tokens, which Hakan and I were talking about a moment ago, through tokens, which changes the model for the owner of the data to share the data or not share the data. So on and so forth. I mentioned 3D printing. And when you have 3D printing, you now have to control your parts as if it were software. And when you have to control it as if it were software, you have to version control it, you have to track the distribution, you have to make sure there are no bugs in it, and so on and so forth. So where are we in this game now? In some sense, you might argue it's pretty early. I have some examples. You can't claim that there is production level work going on, but there is very, very serious investment and innovation going on in experimentations and prototypes. And that's the nature of how the uptake of any new innovation that is as disruptive as autonomous vehicles, and as disruptive as blockchain, and as disruptive as cryptocurrencies, the uptake has multiple dimensions of impact. Toyota has been doing car and ride sharing on blockchain. Mobility commerce platforms have been experimented by UBS and ZF. I'm sure there are experts from these corporations tracking vehicle data on blockchain, preventing odometer fraud by Bosch and TUV. I am sure I'm not doing justice at all, and I would love to hear in the afternoon from you. Please pick me out, and I'd like to learn from you what all innovation experiments you're doing with blockchain. Who all is doing this? Mobi, this is a shout out. In a sense, I represent Mobi as well, which is the Mobility Open Blockchain Initiative. How many of you have heard of it? That was launched in May by an executive who left Toyota, and also a good friend, professional friend of mine. And I think the membership is much higher, but 70% of the world's largest automakers are represented in Mobi. You'll see automotive representation from across the world in these logos, and you'll see technology providers like IBM, my previous employer, and my two ventures, Digital Twin Labs and Beyond Protocol, are also founding members of Mobi. This chart represents only the founding members. So this is a huge ecosystem, not for profit, going after open standards of blockchain purposed for autonomous driving. Beyond Protocol, we are doing some work, we are doing significant work. We are still in stealth mode, creating a protocol specifically for IoT on the edges, for node-to-node communication, something that we refer to as the ethical language of machines. And if there is a minute at the end, we might have a video. If the video is ready, not right now, but is it looking good? The video? Not right now, but I'll cue in just a moment. That's what Beyond Protocol does. And Digital Twin Labs provides consulting services in some of these areas of decentralized formulating strategy, preparing architecture and blueprints, doing provenance, doing security, compliance and audit, and also crypto economic modeling for products and for companies. some of the engagements that we've done are listed on the left side. So we do have a round table that I will be facilitating. There is one today. Stephanie, if I have the times correct over here, 4:20 to, all right, 4:20 to 5:20, and then day 2, 3:45 to 4:45. All right. Now, since we do have 4.5 minutes, I'll be happy to look at the video, and I'm glad to take any questions if that is within protocol, or I'll yield my time. Let's look at the video, please.
The lights are turning on. The machines we built are waking up. They're listening. And today we have a decision to make. What language will we teach them? Will our devices speak hatred and vision? Will we allow them to do us harm? Will we impart on our machines the worst of our nature or our greatest strengths? The machines are talking. Will they make us better? Stronger? The revolution isn't coming. It's already here. Introducing a blockchain so powerful and so secure it creates a new language and a new set of rules. Others might know how to corrupt machines, but we know how to unite them. Because we've developed a new denomination and a new democracy for smart machines worldwide. We're going to put ethics back into technology for good.
Well, I have another couple of minutes. I do want to seed a few quick things with you. For those of you who are interested, MOBI, the Mobility Open Blockchain Initiative, along with Digital Twin Labs and Beyond Protocol and several other companies, are running a Grand Challenge Hackathon. It's going to be announced, it's going to launch on October 12th. It's going to launch out of Santa Fe, New Mexico, US, but it's going to be a worldwide hackathon. It's going to be a virtual hackathon, so it doesn't have to be developers in one room for 48 hours, being fed pizzas. So what we are talking about is going to be a different kind of a hackathon, because most hackathons are about building applications on existing infrastructure, but where we are as an industry, we are building the infrastructure as we are building the applications, or vice versa. So it's going to be a multi-month, and in fact it might end up being a multi-year, with a pretty attractive purse prize to be announced. And there's going to be innovation hacks for the infrastructure, building new protocols, and then of course innovation hacks at the application level as well. What I would ask for you, any of you who are interested, please let me know. And then what I will ask of you who are not necessarily from the blockchain side of things, to partner into that hackathon with companies like ours, and bring your side of the equation, which we don't have. We don't know the internals and the guts of the vehicles. That's the knowledge that is there in this room, and I'm so eager to learn more about that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.